Joe Concha, Fox News contributor, media politics columnist for The Hill. Joe.
Well, Harris, this is a reactionary administration, right? I mean, forget about being behind the 8 ball. They're behind every ball on the table in the pool hall, Harris. And inflation is a killer to any administration. Just ask the last one-term Democratic president. His name is Jimmy Carter. And it only gets worse this winter with COVID out of control, a president who can promise to control it months behind on testing surges. And Edward Lawrence just did a great report. Home heating costs are skyrocketing. That's another painful tax on the low and middle class. So with crime continuing to skyrocket, the border still out of control, supply chain you mentioned, that continues unabated. By the way, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, he finally decided to go to a port in Los Angeles and Long Beach yesterday. This crisis began last summer while he was on paternity leave. They are months late and several dimes short, Harris, and it's going to be quite the red tsunami in November coming.
I wish it were dime short. Because if this goes till the end of 2022, that would have been more than a year that we've been dealing with this. It's going to cost a lot more than dimes to fix it. Bombshell, new information on the origins of that infamous letter from the National School Board Association. Remember, it compared parents who had a dissenting view and wanted to go to school board meetings and say, look, we want to do it this way with our kids. Compared those parents to domestic terrorists. According to reviews by Fox Digital, it appears the infamous letter came at the request of Education Secretary Miguel Cardona. A spokesperson with the Ed Department denies this, but Republicans are furious, and they're willing to dig deeper to get the answers. Congressman Scott Fitzgerald tweeted, "Cardona owes Congress and the American people answers." Senator Rick Scott says Cardona should resign. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy with Dems use their majority to cover up for the Biden administration, but Republicans will use every tool at their disposal to hold them accountable. One Virginia mom and activist says the Biden administration needs to realize who it's dealing with.
It's completely diabolical. I mean, it's a real just miscarriage of governance. And we, the parents, are not going to shut up. The Biden administration is just waging a war with the wrong constituents here in America. We are moms, we are dads, and we are not going away.
I want to mention 2 states before we get back to Joe Concha, Virginia and New Jersey. It could have been equally as squeaky close had we had maybe just 2 more weeks in New Jersey for people to vote, because this issue was heating up. It was red hot in the state of Virginia, and you saw the seat turn from blue to red with Glenn Youngkin coming in. 20 points he was behind, and by the end of the summer he started to pick up, and then all of a sudden it was a win for the red column. This issue has to be taken seriously. And so we have had a technical issue with Joe Concha right now. We want to give a chance to get him back. If that can happen, great. If not, we're going to move on and try and bring him back after the commercial. But I do want to make this point, because as we go forward into the midterm election year, the idea of icing out parents is not going to work politically for anybody. Joe Concha is back. Joe.
Yeah, it's fascinating, Harris, that despite a FOIA request showing in writing the education secretary driving the narrative of parents wanting a say in their kids' curriculum, they're actually domestic terrorists, and we should keep an eye on them. A Department of Education spokesperson still telling Fox News Digital, denying that Cardona solicited that sort of narrative to the NSBA. It's just remarkable. And look, this is devastating to this administration, Democrats as a whole. More and more Democrats are now seen as the anti-parent party. And as you mentioned, we saw what happened in Virginia with Glenn Youngkin, right? And he ran on that issue and won. In New Jersey, nearly went to Jack Ciattarelli, mainly on that issue and inflation as well. This will be a major, major topic in the 2022 elections. And as a parent, I welcome it, believe me. And that's why, on top of the inflation we just covered, crime, border, as we're looking at it now, you're looking at a Democratic wipeout because they don't seem to have any answers around education. And Secretary Secretary Cardona should be brought up in front of Capitol Hill, not, next week, not next month, tomorrow, to answer questions around this, because those are his words in writing. I want to see him explain it.
Explain that, and also, the role that he potentially is playing in where we are now with getting kids back in the classrooms as the education secretary. I mean, he could spend all day on the Hill answering questions on either one of those. All right, I want to get to this. The Biden gaffe machine was in full effect yesterday. Did you see it? The president again suggested he was arrested while fighting for civil rights, despite there is actually no record of such an incident. Trust me, we've been digging. We want to find it. If it was, can't find it.
I did not walk in the shoes of generations of students who walked these grounds, but I walked other grounds because I'm so damn old I was there as well. Hey, you think I'm kidding, man? Seems like yesterday, the first time I got arrested. Anyway.
Was it a joke for effect? We don't know. It didn't stop there, Joe. The president also gave Vice President Kamala Harris a promotion again.
Last week, President Harris and I stood in the United States Capitol to observe one of those before and after moments in American history. January 6th insurrection on the citadel of our democracy.
Joe.
Look, President Biden, I'll go back to the previous comment where he said he got arrested. He's a liar. And just like candidate Biden was a liar, just like Senator Biden was a liar. This is the same person who had to drop out of his first run for president, you may remember, because of plagiarism, right? This is the same person who said he advised Israeli Prime Minister Golda Meir on the Six-Day War, while he was a law student and Meir wasn't even in office. This is the same person who lied about voting in Georgia, saying hours for voting end, I should say, before the workday is done. That was fact-checked, and he got 4 Pinocchios on it. This is the same president who said Build Back Better and trillions in new spending would cost Americans $0. All these things, Harris, are invalid truths. Yeah. And look, the polls are showing it now. CNN poll just out. 66%, 2/3, say that Mr. Biden is a leader they cannot trust. You lose trust, you lose elections, you lose the American people, Harris.
So just real quickly, and I've watched this migration, our viewers have too. You've gone from maybe he misremembered, maybe he made a mistake, to a bigger word now. You're saying that these are lies.
Yeah, he is intentionally doing this, because if it happens over and over again, and it happened when he was 30 years old, 50 years old, 70 years old, going to be 80 years old, I think we're seeing a pattern here now, Harris.
Joe Concha, great to have you in focus, literally in focus, technically. Glad we could bring you back. Thank you very much for getting us started.
Good to see you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.